However, really thinking about it, some people when they try really communicate with the people, they command respect, they pay, they got attention. But let me ask you one question: why do that people are really get attention, that get a confidence or get a respect immediately, while others are really struggle to be heard? But the one thing they didn't understanding is this: I have been working for the last 6 months on communication, and I've been really caught a lot of people on the people also improving their communication ability, and I've been realized one problem. The one thing that I really realize is they really made the same problem, each of those people. So the most people are really doing the same problem. Is the first thing is they really start to speak faster to be really expert about that things. Whatever why you really thinking about it, just don't be really speaking. Most people are really speaking like faster to become expert about that things. For example, let me take you an example. Like if someone is really improving English language days or through time, then he became really to be like a native speaker. He really speak fast, like more, but that does not really make you fluent. But that is also similar with the communication one. Most people try really speak too much faster to be like a native. That is the major problem that really matter. The next problem, they really make their communication such a very boring. They're really asking a basic question. They are really ask it, predictable answer question that was really make their communication such a very boring. And the settings that will really make they don't really talk or hold a space for the people or for those who listen. They really took a lot. They really take to express their ideas a lot. Either they speak a lot or they didn't speak it. That is also have its own disadvantage. But by the end of this video, I'm gonna really show you this five proven framework is completely used by elite communicators before it is proven. So stay with me till then, because it will help your communication a lot more than you can really think about it. Because I'm gonna really share you not just a theory or a logic. It was really practical framework that is I have really used on my pronunciation or in my communication. So try to really master these 5 tips and make your communication such a very attractive. And if you came to YouTube to watching something meaningful, subscribe our YouTube channel, because we bring an educational and communicational content through to boost your communication and your confidence in another direction. So if you want to level up your communication ability, just be our family. So let's begin. The first thing is you need to know about communication is why you need to really improve your communication ability. Yeah, this is the most important things you need to know about, because if you have really strong foundation, if you have really strong reason to really improve this one, you need to really very dedicated to really improve it. At least otherwise, just as another people, like you love to learn tips and tricks to really improve your pronunciation or your communication ability, then you really forget after 3 or 4 minutes. But if you have a really strong foundation, if you have really strong reason to really improve your communication ability, you need to really dedicate it. You need to really consistent to boost, to really improve that communication, or to really boost that things. That's what I need to really ask this question first. So if you want to really become a communicator or good communicator, you need to really write 3 major goals why you need to really improve for your relationship, for your job, for your any class presentation or in a society, whatever. What just write a 3-line projects or a 3-line goal to really why you need to really improve this communication ability. Because when you have a great foundation or strong reason to really make it, then if you really apply even one of them, you can really see a huge result on your pronunciation. So let's begin. The first one is you need to really level up your pronunciation or your communication. When you really have a conversation with someone, just use story. The first thing is using a story is a lot of things that can completely change your pronunciation or your communication more than you can really think about it. Because most people are really communicate with the people like a data, a logic, or informational things. But that is really also key your communication ability, because that is not really clear emotion. People are really associated with emotion. That emotion is called a story. That is story. For example, if I really when I tell or teach you about self improvements or hard working. If I said hard working is very important for your life, you need to really hard work every single day. Or if I say there was a little boy Simon came from a small village. There is no electricity and there is no internet at the city, but Simon has a great destiny to be a doctor, and he worked 8 days within a very consistent and commitment days. He really studied and really prepared. He really saved a little money. Then years later, he became a little bit a specialist doctor. So this is what we call it, the power of hard working. So which one would you really remember? The phrase I said, hard working is very important, or the story of Simon. You see, this is the power of storytelling. Why we need to really master it, because when we really tell the story to the people are really connect with us with emotion. That is the most important thing, because you need to really boost your communication ability in another direction. So master these things and make your communication very, very powerful. The next thing is you need to do is just be structured instead of random really talking, because if you're really structured when you're really talking, you really know about what you're really talking about. But people do not really do these things. They really talk as they really man them, as the words came to their minds. For example, if you really want to go to London, then you didn't buy a ticket of Indian or Russian. That is why you have a great destiny, or you have a frame of structure what you're going to really talking about, or what you're really going to. That is also similar with this communication, because if you really know what you're really talking about it, you just really follow that process, follow that's Johnny. So that is to really do that things. Use the 3-2-1 framework. The one important thing is what you're really talking about, the topic, the two supportive ideas, and three supportive are really added story, emotional, and ending. This is really make your communication very, very popular. The settings you need to really boost your communication is ask and open question. As as I told you in early time, people are really asking random questions. Yes, how have you been for today? How's this going? Everything? Do you love your job? This is really not really great communication. And instead, use just ask it what the one thing you really favor from your job. What's really the one thing that makes your job attractive for you? Then the people are really start to really tell to story, and then can really flow structure by structure. This is what we call it, the power of ended up question. Then make your communication in the next direction. Just really try for the next 1 minute, and you really see a huge result on your pronunciation or in your communication. So master these things and blow up your communication. The first thing is you need to know about it to become a better communicator is really hold the space for the people who are listening. People are really talk a lot, at least the ways they talk, or they really did not talk. Yeah, both of have their own problem, and if you really speak it very clearly, very well, you need to really hold the space for the people who are really listening. Then when you really hold the space, you really listen. Then you got information also to your pronunciation or for your communication. That's what we need to really storytelling what I really mentioned. Those three is very important. Then hold the space is very creative. So the last thing is why you need to really boost your communication ability is just what you're gonna really do it in every communication or in every conversation has been very important. So try to really listen every when you have a really conversation, every communication, just listen, pay attention. That is what most importantly you need to know about it. Then at the end of the day you will become a better communicator, because it's all about doing this 5 framework. I've been really working at each of them within a very specific 21 days. I just really consistent in working. Then I really became a great communicator right now. So that is the most important thing you need to know, or you need to really adapt it to become a better communicator. Just really track for the next 1 month, and you can really study your pronunciation very attractive. And which one would you really prefer to do in your next presentation or in your next meeting? This is really important, especially the storytelling one. It was very important. When I really started, before I just really just talking randomly, but before I really realized this storytelling, my pronunciation, my job, everything is gonna be really changing. So this is what the one thing I really understand about it, the storytelling things. So really take it serious on a storytelling rather than another, because it's a very crucial. So try to really master it, and I appreciate it to stay till the end. So which one would you really prefer to do in your next presentation? But my recommendation is to you storytelling, because it is very important and powerful, and I appreciate it to stay till the end. If you really found this video helpful, subscribe our YouTube channel, because this is the place you really boost, or you really level up your pronunciation, or your communication, your confidence level. So try to check it and go check it another communicational content video.